Okay, hey everybody, Oscar with Show Me Sentinel here. Got a great guest with me here today, Renee Reuter, the Missouri representative for House District 112. Exclusive interview. Thank you again, Renee, for meeting today. Big announcements for you coming up, and I'll definitely give you all the runway for that. You can take it. You can kick it off, or I can just start with the questions.
Let's just start with questions.
Okay, great. So the big one, are you stepping down for the run of Senate?
I am changing my race from Senate to run for Associate Circuit Judge in Jefferson County.
Okay, very good. Is there anyone currently in that race
I
for that?
believe that there's one gentleman who has put his name in for that race. Of course, filing hasn't yet opened, so he still has an opportunity to change his mind before filing opens and closes, of course. But there will be one other person running that I know of.
Okay. Someone has given the intention. So with you stepping down, will you be endorsing Jim Avery as because you were at his kickoff, and I think he was at your kickoff too, if
He
I
was.
remember correct. And
Yes.
so yes, you will be endorsing Jim. That's your intent.
Well, as a judicial candidate, I'm not able to endorse him, but before I did my formal announcement, I did endorse him for Senate.
Very good. Wow. Yeah. So we can talk about your run now and your campaign platform and the things that you would like to accomplish and goals. Is that take running for that judgeship?
Okay. Well, I think there are three major things that we need to keep in mind when we're talking about the judiciary. It's important that judiciary remain independent from the other bodies of law, that they maintain their independence, that they maintain integrity, and that they connect impartially to all the things that are brought in front of them. That is what our society relies upon. I think without integrity in our judiciary, I think eventually our society would collapse into chaos. I have very high integrity. I'm well respected both in the House and on the county council, and I've worked hard for many years to develop the reputation that I have, and I think it will serve me well. And as I serve the people in this new capacity.
Okay. So the campaign that you ran for Senate, you went hard into the paint and were really doing good. Tell my audience what was behind that decision and how you came to the conclusion. That tough decision, to switch gears and go for that judiciary position.
It was a very difficult decision to decide to change paths, to change the next chapter of my life. I think a lot of it relates to just my personal circumstances. When I joined the legislature, I was in a different place personally and financially. My parents are getting older and they're going to need more time with me being home. And I've learned how disconnected you can be from the people that you serve whenever you are serving hours away in the legislature. And I think it probably will serve both my family and my community better for me to be here more full time than splitting my time between this area, Jefferson County and Jefferson City.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. And how long have you been a House representative?
This is my fourth year in
Fourth
the House
year.
of
Okay.
Representatives. And before that, I was in the county council in Jefferson County for 12 years.
Okay, so you spent a lot of time serving Jefferson County and the state in different capacities. But the things that the things that you do day in and day out there at the Capitol, was it 2.5 hours away from Jefferson County?
Yes, it is.
Drive time. Maybe you're only home on the weekend. So I definitely could see that serving in that capacity, being a lawyer yourself. So what makes you qualified for that? If you'd like to share with the
Sure.
audience.
I've worked in the legal field for about 25 years, a little more than that. And, first I decided to learn how to read the law. I spent, several years in law school and then as a lawyer in-house at a major corporation, international corporation. And I learned the law. And then I became a legislator, both at the local level, the county level, and then at the state level. And I learned there how to write the law. And I think now it's just a natural progression for me to be able to apply the law as a judge. And what is it that people expect of a judge is to follow the law and understand what the law means, be able to read it, understand it, and to be able to apply it. I think I'm well experienced in the other things that I've done to not only understand our legal system, I've had experiences working with the legal systems of several other jurisdictions all over the world, both arbitration systems and also litigation in the court systems around the world. And I understand it on a macro level, and I think that I can apply the things that I've learned to our folks here in Jefferson County and the cases that come before us here.
Yeah. So the current, I guess, incumbent, is that Tony
Tony Manisella, he's decided not to
Manisella?
run for reelection, and so this will
Okay.
be an open seat.
Yeah, he's had that position for some time, maybe as long as I've been in Jefferson County. But do you know exactly how long that he's been in that role?
I don't know how long he's been in that role, but I can tell you, I remember the first time he ran for that seat. So
Okay, yeah.
he's a good person. He's well respected in our community, and I think he will be missed.
Have you talked this over with him and gotten any insight for a potential handoff, or just anything that he can speak with you about regarding
Sure, I've talked to him and I've talked to several of the other judges about the opportunity, about what they do, their daily expectations, and the job that they do, and what they can do, what they do well, and the things that I'll need to learn as I take that new step into the next chapter. Of course, the judges, they can't endorse their, the judicial ethics requires them to stay impartial, and so I respect that with him. But I can tell you that should the people of our Jefferson County voter base decide that they want me to take this next step, I am dedicated to doing the best job that I can and doing everything I can to be as prepared as I can be the first day that I step into the robe.
Okay, very good. Well, is that, let's see, that is going to be, when would you go on the ballot for that,
I
Renee?
would be on the ballot in August, the first week of August, on the primary ballot.
2026.
And should someone file as a Democrat, I would also be on the November ballot. And I'll be on the November ballot, but it's uncertain whether or not I'll be challenged at that point. So as soon as I know that that will be my next path, I plan to spend as much time as I can in the courthouse or in meetings with judges, learning.
Very good. And so it's been 4 years since you've been in the judiciary role actively. So there's quite a few legislators that are lawyers too. Ben Keithley is one that comes to mind. Is there anything else that you would like to talk to us today and
Sure.
let Jefferson Countyans?
I've been on the vice chairman of the Judiciary Committee for the last year, and I'm also serving in that capacity this year. And I served a bit before that as a member of that House committee. And so I've been working very closely with a lot of judges as they have brought forward some of the things that they think would make the state better. I've also served on a committee that focuses on the electronic services that are provided through the court system, so I have a basic understanding of that. Of course, there's a lot to learn, of course, but I know the people that are involved in this. I know the processes from about as well as you can from the standpoint, and I'm willing to learn. I've learned so much as a member of the legislature, as a member of the Judiciary Committee, and even as a county council member. I'm always learning, and that's what I think is probably the most attractive thing about serving in the judiciary and serving as a public servant, period, is the ability to learn more every day and be able to rely on just making sure that you're humble enough to not walk into a room and have pre-existing expectations of what's going to happen when you get there. I've really enjoyed serving the people of our county, and I hope to continue serving many, many years into the future.
Thank you again for coming on to Show Me Sentinel, and we look forward to seeing your campaign move forward. So,
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time.
yep, thank you.